alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Welcome yet again to another series, another episode of the Ramadan series, the story of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Today we are on episode 10, mashallah, episode 10 of the story of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And today we will be talking, inshallah, last episode we talked about the Prophet now coming out and publicly spreading the message of Allah and inviting his clansmen, his kingsmen, inviting them to dinner and spreading the message. And now they're retaliating. And so for this episode, we'll see what the Quraysh people now, how they responded to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam spreading his message to their people, who, by the way, he is also part of. And so the people of Quraysh, at first they were mocking the Prophet and saying, who's going to believe in him? What Allah, what God is he talking about? We have our idols that we've been worshipping, and so no one's going to believe him. But they saw that was changing. A lot of people had started converting to Islam. They started believing in this one God that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was preaching, and that caused them a lot of worry. And so to retaliate to that, they started treating the kids badly. If a child followed the religion of the Prophet, they would treat the child badly. Those that even got the worst of it were servants. If slaves believed in what the Prophet was sallallahu alaihi wasallam was preaching, the masters of those slaves would treat them badly. They would humiliate them. They would punish them. An example of that was Bilal. When Bilal found out that there was the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was preaching this religion that said that everyone is equal in the eyes of Allah, and for him that was a strong message. He was very happy to hear that there was a religion preaching that his life was as good as the life of his master, as good as the life of his neighbor. And so Bilal, who was originally from Abyssinia, now known as Ethiopia, Bilal, when he heard this message, he just came looking for the Prophet because he wanted to be wherever that message was coming from. And so he came and immediately he accepted Islam. But when his master found out, his master was not happy at all. And so his master said, you have to renounce this religion or I will punish you. And they would put him in the hot sun, and put hot stones on his body, light him up on blazing hot sand. But throughout all of that, he kept saying, Allah is one. There is only one God. There is only one God. And that infuriated them even more. They were amazed by his faith, but at the same time, they were so upset that he would be that devoted. But one of the people that helped in the advancement of Islam are the rich people within the community or within Makkah who also accepted Islam. And two of those were Umar ibn Khattab and Uthman. So they were rich, and so they were Abu Bakr and Uthman. And so what they did, they were rich before they accepted Islam. And so they used almost all of their money to pay the ransom for slaves and buy those slaves and then set them free. So Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu and Uthman radiallahu anhu What they did with their money was buy slaves and free them. And one of the slaves was Bilal. He became free, and he was a Muslim, and he just continued practicing Islam with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And so that brings us to the end of day 10, inshallah, of the Ramadan series, the story of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Today we talked about how believers were being punished because they believed in Allah and the message of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but that did not change their hearts. They did not waver. They were devoted, and they were determined that Islam is the way and that there's no God except Allah. They believed in the angels, in the books, and in the prophets of Allah. And inshallah, I will see you on day 11 of the Ramadan series with yet another story. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.